Hi, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Real English from Real Life podcast.
Welcome to Real English Podcast. I'm Annie.
And I'm Brendy. Hey, before we jump into today's deep dive, if you enjoy learning real, everyday English, could you do us a quick favor?
Yeah, just take a second to subscribe, and maybe share the Real English Podcast with a friend.
It really helps us bring more deep dives to more learners, just like you.
And just a quick note before we really get going. We know our speaking speed might feel a little fast sometimes. That's just how Americans talk, but don't worry about it.
Not at all. This is a deep dive, so we're going to repeat all the key phrases later on.
So please, no pressure, just relax and listen.
So today, we are tackling a huge challenge for English learners.
Oh, yeah, I know this one. It's that feeling, right? You have these really big, powerful emotions inside. Maybe you feel, super excited, or maybe deeply worried.
Or completely thrilled about something. But when you try to express that feeling in English, the words just don't seem to fit. They feel a little simple, a little flat.
Right. Someone asks, hey, how are you? And all that comes out is, I'm fine, or, I'm okay.
But inside you're thinking, I am not just fine.
I feel completely overwhelmed, or I feel so awkward right now.
Exactly. So our mission today is to give you some simple, really natural ways to describe how an emotion feels, not just its name.
So you can finally communicate what's really going on inside. Okay, so let's unpack that.
Yeah.
Why do we all lean on those basic words, happy, sad, angry?
Well, it's often how we learn vocabulary, isn't it? We get these lists of words to memorize.
Right, a word and it's one definition.
But what's really fascinating is that native speakers don't really do that.
Oh, okay. Here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah. Native speakers, a lot of the time, they describe the physical feeling or their reaction to the emotion.
Wait, that's huge. So you're saying a native speaker would rarely just say, I am angry.
Almost never on its own. Instead of just the label, they describe the sensation. So instead of I am sad, they might say something like,
I felt this huge weight in my chest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or, I couldn't stop crying. And this is so important because those sensations, like a racing heart or your mind going blank, they're universal.
That makes so much sense. A racing heart just screams anxiety. You don't even need the word anxious because the feeling is so clear.
And that's the real key. If you only use those one-word labels, you miss all the nuance, all the stuff that makes your English sound real.
Okay, to really show this, let's start with a really common point of confusion. Mixing up embarrassed and shy.
We hear this a lot. A learner might say, I was shy. But what they often mean is that they were embarrassed.
Yeah, so what's the difference? Shyness is more of a personality trait, right? Like being kind of quiet or reserved around people.
Right. It's more long-term. Embarrassment is sudden. It's a sharp feeling, like you feel foolish or ashamed because you just made a specific mistake.
And it causes a physical reaction.
Totally. The classic one is becoming red-faced. You blush, or you get that powerful urge to just hide.
Okay, let's slow down and focus on some key phrases for that feeling.
The simplest way to talk about the situation is just to say, that was kind of embarrassing.
Repeat after me. That was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, for how you feel in that exact moment, you could say, I felt so awkward.
Repeat after me. I felt so awkward.
This next one describes that physical reaction, that desire to hide. You can't even look at the other person.
I didn't know where to look.
Yes. Let's have everyone repeat that.
Repeat after me. I didn't know where to look.
And for those moments of extreme embarrassment, when you wish you could just vanish.
Oh, this one is very dramatic. I love it.
It is, you say. I wanted the ground to swallow me.
Wow. Okay, repeat after me. I wanted the ground to swallow me.
Let's try a quick role play to hear these in a real situation. A small, everyday mistake.
Okay, I'm ready. What's the scene?
Picture this.
Yeah.
You're walking, you see someone waving right at you, so you smile and wave back.
Okay.
And then you realize they were waving to the person right behind you.
Oh, no. The classic. Okay, here I go as the person. Oh, my gosh. I just waved back at a total stranger. That was so embarrassing. I didn't know where to look. I literally wanted the ground to swallow me.
See? It's perfect. You communicated that feeling so clearly just by describing your reaction. You didn't need a big, fancy dictionary word.
I've definitely felt that. I
Yeah.
once walked straight into a glass door. That is when I wanted the ground to swallow me.
Oh, that's a perfect example. And it brings us to our next idea. We've talked about shame from a mistake. But what about when the whole situation just feels off?
You mean awkward?
Exactly. Awkward is such a key word in English. If you can use it right, your English will sound so much more natural.
It describes a situation that's socially uncomfortable, right? Not necessarily bad or wrong, just strange.
Like a conversation where the pause goes on for way too long.
Or a joke that falls completely flat. That silence.
That awkward silence.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go over a few phrases for that. The simple one is just judging the moment. That was awkward.
Repeat after me. That was awkward.
You can also describe how it made you feel personally. I felt a bit awkward.
Repeat after me. I felt a bit awkward.
You just said it. The most common sign of an awkward moment.
There was this awkward silence.
Let's repeat that one.
Repeat after me. There was this awkward silence.
Now, sometimes that awkwardness is caused by another feeling, being flustered.
Ah, flustered. This is a great word. It's when you feel confused, nervous, and rushed all at once.
Yes, exactly. Your brain just kind of stops working right because of the pressure. You stumble over your words.
Okay, so how do we talk about that feeling?
The most direct way is just to say, I got flustered.
Repeat after me. I got flustered.
And this next one describes that feeling of your brain just shutting down. It's so common when you're under pressure.
My mind just went blank.
Yes, repeat after me.
My mind just went blank.
And the result of that is often this. I couldn't get my words out.
Repeat after me. I couldn't get my words out.
Okay, let's put these together in one last role play.
Let me guess. You're at a party, and someone introduces you to a really important person.
You got it. Your colleague introduces you to the CEO. They say the CEO's name.
And it's gone. Instantly. You completely forget it.
Yes. What do you say?
Okay.
You're playing the role. Go ahead.
Right. I say, oh, I'm so sorry. I totally blanked. I just got a little flustered for a second. That was awkward.
That is perfect. So natural. You explained everything. The forgetting, the rushed feeling, the social discomfort, all with simple, descriptive sentences. That's real English.
So the big lesson here, the most important thing from this whole deep dive, is to change how you think about expressing emotion.
Stop trying to find the perfect dictionary label.
Instead, ask yourself a different question. Ask, how does this feeling make my body or my mind react?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's look at the difference one more time. You could say.
I was nervous.
And, people will understand that, but it's a little weak.
Yeah.
Doesn't have much impact.
But if you describe the feeling,
It's so much stronger. You could say, my heart was racing, and I didn't know what to say.
see, the physical sensation, the racing heart, and the reaction not knowing what to say, it paints a full picture.
And you don't need fancy words to do this. You can use simple, everyday descriptions for any feeling.
Like instead of just, I'm happy, if you're really, really happy.
You could say, I was jumping up and down. It shows the intensity.
Or instead of just, I'm sad, if you feel really down.
You could say, I feel completely drained, like all my energy is just gone.
The best part is you just need simple sentences to talk about what's happening inside you. They're actually the most powerful sentences you can use.
Okay, speaking of practice, let's go over the core phrases one more time. This is a really good chance to say them out loud and build some confidence.
I'll say the phrase, and you can repeat after me in the pause.
Let's start with an awkward situation.
Yeah.
That was more awkward than I expected.
Repeat after me. That was more awkward than I expected.
Next, a moment of personal embarrassment. I felt so embarrassed for a second.
Repeat after me. I felt so embarrassed for a second.
Now for that flustered, rushed feeling. I got flustered and couldn't think clearly.
Repeat after me. I got flustered and couldn't think clearly.
And finally, for just a general feeling of discomfort. It wasn't a big deal, but it felt uncomfortable.
Repeat after me. It wasn't a big deal, but it felt uncomfortable.
Great job. Okay, let's try one bonus pattern. This is so useful for mixed emotions, which, happen all the time.
The pattern is, I wasn't one emotion, but I felt a different description.
For example, you could say, I wasn't angry, but I felt really uncomfortable.
That's a great one. Or maybe after a surprise, you could say, I wasn't terrified, but my heart was definitely racing.
Using a pattern like that shows you really get the nuance of feelings. And that's what real conversation is all about.
So if you've ever felt like your English sounded calm on the outside, but inside your heart was racing or your mind was blank,
please know that you are not alone. It's such a normal part of learning.
Real English isn't about finding a perfect translation for every big feeling.
It's just about matching simple words to what you feel. And that takes practice, not perfection.
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into expressive English.
Thanks for listening to Real English Podcast.
We'll see you in the next deep dive.
And if you want to review today's lesson, I uploaded a free PDF summary in the description and in the comments. Feel free to download it and study at your own pace.